The iPad Pro is the biggest and most powerful iPad Apple's ever made. At its introduction, Tim Cook called the iPad Pro the clearest expression of Apple's vision for the future of computing, and it's easy to see why. It starts with a 12.9-inch 2732 by 2048 display. That's 5.6 million high-density Retina pixels. It's not just a pretty display though, it's smart. There's a custom timing controller just like on the Retina 5K iMac, and all those pixels are precisely photo-aligned for maximum contrast. Apple is also introducing variable refresh rate with the iPad Pro, so the screen can ramp down to 30 Hz when static or boost up to 240 Hz when hit by the Apple Pencil. That's great for performance, but it's also great for battery life. Everything else is here that you'd expect as well. There's Touch ID, an 8-megapixel 1080p iSight camera, 1.2-megapixel 720p FaceTime camera, Lightning port, 3.5mm headphone jack, and all in your choice of silver, space gray, or gold, with 32GB or 128GB with optional LTE. Under the hood, you've got the A9X chipset. It includes Apple's third-generation 64-bit Twister processor and a ton of graphical power. Because Apple designs its silicon to specifically match its software, in many cases it can deliver better performance and efficiency than the x86 processors found in laptops. That includes up to 3 simultaneous streams of 4K video, which is nuts. It also integrates the third-generation M9 coprocessor that allows for, among other things, Hey Siri voice activation. Input-output, I/O, is ludicrously better. Thanks to a new custom storage controller, the iPad Pro can read and write data better than some traditional computers. That's not just great for 4K video and photos, that's great for everything. There are 4 new stereo speakers as well. They're machined right into the body of the iPad Pro and give it louder volume and a wider frequency range. Highs go to the top, lows go to the bottom, and as you turn the iPad, they turn with you, cross-fading perfectly back into place. All of this in an iPad Pro that's almost 80% larger and twice as fast as an iPad Air 2, yet weighs about the same as the original iPad. Thanks to the expansive display and 4GB of memory, the iPad Pro can run iOS 9 picture-in-picture video, slide over, and split view apps smoothly, and side by side at a scale that rivals the iPad Air full screen. It's not perfect, of course, and not a lot of software is updated yet to take full advantage of the big screen, including parts of the operating system itself. I'm still hoping Apple does what they did with the Watch and TV and give iPad its own version of iOS with an interface really optimized for its power and scale. The iPad Pro comes with 2 new optional accessories as well. The Apple Pencil is a precision writing and drawing tool that combines advanced technology in the tip and built-in sensors and in the iPad Pro display, and a new framework and apps to produce amazing results. Unlike older technologies, there's no air gap and so no parallax when you're working, and it's not capacitive, so not only can you produce sharp lines that appear in real time right in the glass, but it doesn't interfere with multi-touch gestures either. I've been using stuff like this for decades, and iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil are the closest things I've felt to a real pencil in the digital world. The Smart Keyboard uses a new smart connector on the iPad Pro to create a next-generation hybrid that can type like a laptop without forcing you to use legacy laptop software. It's made from laser-ablated, custom-woven fabric and attaches magnetically and transfers power, data, and ground right through the casing. The feel is very close to the new MacBook, fast and shallow, and while it's thin and liquid-resistant, it's also tough and high performance. It took me about an hour or so to get used to it, and then I was typing away without a second thought. It takes advantage of the new external keyboard support in iOS 9, including easy shortcut discovery. You can't scroll perfectly or navigate almost at all with the keyboard just yet, but you have to imagine that's coming next. None of the technology means anything till you get your hands on it though. That's when it comes alive. Whether it's a killer productivity device for mobile accomplishers, an amazing tool for artists on the go, an incredibly portable personal TV and gaming machine, or simply a computing device accessible and approachable for everyone, that's when you can tell whether it all matters or not. The iPad Pro isn't the ultimate evolution of the original iPad, and it isn't the beginning of the end of MacBooks. It's an inflection point. It's the tablet for those who want the most from a tablet. If you still want a MacBook with you wherever you go, you might be happier with an iPad Mini 4, or if you have a big screen iPhone, an iPad Air 2. If you want something else though, something more personal and accessible than traditional PC, and something potentially more empowering, then you'll want an iPad Pro. There are still limitations, there are still caveats. That's the trade-off when you try to pull the future into the present. But the iPad Pro really is the iPad gone iMax. It's Apple's biggest window yet into apps and the web, and it's got potential as epic as its display.